night.
That's one small step for man, one giant leap for mankind.
Although the U.S. went to the moon in 1969, conspiracy theorists and it was a hoax. Russia says part of its mission to the moon is to look for evidence that Americans were actually there. It's not clear whether the head of Russia's space agency was serious, especially with that smile on his face. When we return, marking a British milestone.
Still quite an intimidating place.
Progress acknowledged, but there's still a long way to go.
Does he have a...
You're watching CTV Now.
It's a funny thing about the future. You don't wake up one day surrounded by jetpacks and robot dogs. The real future just kind of sneaks up on you. Until one day, you find yourself plugging in your SUV like it's the most normal thing in the world. Introducing the 2018 Mitsubishi Outlander PHEV. It's gas. It's an SUV.
Leon's Black Friday sale is here. Get these amazing Black Friday deals. Save 50% off this sofa, now $2.99. And save 50% on this power recliner, now only $2.99. Hurry in. Leon's Black Friday sale is on this weekend.
These people all have joint pain. Their solution to deal with it is Dr. Joe's Live Relief. Live Relief uses Delivra, a unique delivery system. Apply Live Relief directly where it hurts and relieve your pain. It's fast-acting, long-lasting, non-greasy, odorless, and dries quickly.
Try it, and if you're not completely satisfied, I'll give you your money back.
For joint pain relief due to inflammation, reach for Dr. Joe's Live Relief and take control of your pain.
Help relieve nasal cold symptoms with HydroSense. Its naturally sourced seawater is clinically proven to relieve nasal congestion, and you can use it alongside your other cold medications. HydroSense. Breathe better with our Sons of the Sea.
Introducing the new Hyundai Tucson with BlueLink Quick Start and climate control. Hang on. Yeah, please tell me you're staying warm.
British Prime Minister Theresa May is just hours away from signing the historic treaty to take Britain out of the European Union. May arrived in Brussels for tomorrow's special Brexit signing ceremony with 27 EU leaders. The last major obstacle was removed today when Britain and Spain reached an agreement over the island of Gibraltar.
We will continue to negotiate on behalf of the whole UK family, and that includes Gibraltar.
In spite of the EU endorsement, Brexit is far from a done deal. It still needs parliamentary approval, and dozens of members of May's own party, as well as the opposition, say they plan to vote no. Well, Britain marked another political milestone this week. It's been 100 years since women gained the right to run for office. But all these years later, female politicians in the UK are still a minority in that parliament. CTV's London Bureau Chief Paul Workman now on the push for gender parity.
100 years ago, a single woman broke the barrier. The goal today is for an equal voice in the British Parliament, 50-50 men and women.
The only way you'll get more changes in society that accommodate the equality that women want is if you have more women MPs taking it seriously and legislating for it.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Lady Nancy Astor became the first sitting female MP in 1919 under a law called the Qualification of Women Act.
You just had to be age 21, the same age as men. There were no property qualifications. And I think it's amazing that Parliament was willing to pass such a radical Equality Act in really quite a short amount of time, 100 years ago.
The ladies not for turning.
60 years later, Margaret Thatcher broke another barrier, becoming Prime Minister. The high point came in 1997, when 101 women were elected to the House of Commons. But here's the hard truth in numbers. In a century, nearly 5,000 MPs have been elected to the British House of Commons. 191 women. This week then offered both a moment to celebrate and to campaign for more women in politics.
Still quite an intimidating place because when there's so many men around, they're quite dominating, and having more women will make it even easier for women to get their views across.
A little soccer in the British House of Commons. Parliament now has a women's team. And to mark a century of election equality, the London Eye lit up in the colours of the suffragette movement for one night. Paul Workman, CTV News, London.
Nicholas Roeg, a British filmmaker who lit up screens for this provocative work, has died at age 90. Over a 6-decade-long career, Roeg directed a series of successful films and acclaimed cult classics, including Don't Look Now and The Man Who Fell to Earth, starring David Bowie.
If you're really a freak, don't be that unkindly. I like freaks.
Roeg began his career as an apprentice in 1947, his primary duty serving tea. Clearly, he's come a long way. After the break, settling of scores. 2 football titans, 1 grudge match. Who will be victorious?
I earn points like a pro with the PC Financial MasterCard. It earns me PC Optimum points on every purchase everywhere. And I earn points fast at Shoppers Drug Mart and grocery stores that sell PC products.
Apply for the no annual fee PC Financial MasterCard and get to free fast.
Our Tempur-Pedic gives us the best night's sleep ever. I recommend my Tempur-Pedic to everybody.
Now is the best time to experience Tempur-Pedic for yourself. Introducing the all-new, reinvented Tempur-Pedic. Designed with the most pressure-relieving material we've ever created. It adapts and responds to your body's unique needs throughout the night for your deepest, most rejuvenating sleep.
Sleep Country's Tempur-Pedic Black Friday frenzy is on. Right now, every Tempur-Pedic mattress model in every size is at its lowest advertised price of the year. Hurry, it ends soon.
Dad, we need to talk about something important.
You don't need to know anymore, Dad. This is your home. The best home to be in is your own. Home Instead offers personalized in-home services for your loved ones. Home Instead Senior Care. To us, it's personal.
Apparently, a lot of people don't know that Buckley's comes in a pill that provides effective pain and fever relief while fighting your other cold and flu symptoms. Thanks to those people, I have to wear this suit now. Buckley's Complete Liquid Gels. They exist, and they work.
If constipation holds you back, try Restoralax. It works gently with water to hydrate and soften stools and restore your body's natural rhythm. So relax with Restoralax.
The demands are greater. The expectations higher. The jobs tougher. The world moves faster. So we made your truck even more capable with legendary heavy power. The all-new Ram